Hello, entrepreneur. You know, I talk a lot about money, and I told you one of the things about being in business, about growing, even if you're just trying to have personal growth, you have to get used and comfortable with discussing money. Having said that, let me say this: never ask people to do anything for free, everything costs. I find myself always telling people, sorry about that, that was bothering me. I find myself always talking to people about money and about the cost of things. I run into people all the time. I talk to entrepreneurs and some of the things that they get frustrated about. They say, why does it cost so much? It shouldn't cost this. It shouldn't be this high. It shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't. Do you hear yourself? I will tell them that. I'll literally say, do you hear yourself? How do you know what something should cost and why it shouldn't cost that way? Greatness costs. And I'm not just talking about money. If you want to do anything important, if you want to make a difference, if you want to own a business, if you're trying to grow, it's going to cost you. Sometimes it costs you just being comfortable. You know, sometimes it makes you get out of your comfort zone. But if you do anything significantly in life, it's going to cost you some money. And you need to be willing and ready to pay. You need to know what it's going to cost. What it's going to cost you mentally, what it's going to cost you physically, what it's going to cost you emotionally, what it will cost you socially and financially. You need to understand what it costs, and things cost what they cost. I am always amazed by the way that people will go. They'll go into dealers, they'll go into Macy's, they'll go to Nordstrom's, they'll go into Bloomingdale's and pay outrageous money for a product that they could get somewhere else for free. Or not for free, I'm sorry, at a discount. So they may go into the Coach store, and if they wait another year or 2 years, they could go to the Coach outlet and get that for a fraction of what they paid. And sometimes the things in the outlet store are not as on the quality, on the level that they would be in the regular store, but it's what they can afford. But those people will go into debt for things that are material, things that they can use to impress someone else. Those same people will walk into and need a business service, and want to begin to negotiate with you on how much it costs for your service. I get it every year, and I know I am not alone. I know I'm not the only taxpayer who people want to come in and negotiate or say, oh, I'll pay this amount. Or a bookkeeper, and they want to say, well, dog, those services cost so much. Or even to talk about how much a CPA charges, and they're thinking, oh, it should be quick or it shouldn't cost as much. I don't have, one of my favorite things is I don't have a lot, so should you charge me a lot? Well, let's see. Do you want quality service? Are you expecting me to use all of my knowledge, my intellectual property? Are you expecting me to use all of this or only a fraction of my brain? Because while the service may not be a lot for me, and it shouldn't be because I'm a professional, it still costs me time. There is time that was spent doing and acquiring and perfecting my craft, time that was perfecting it long before I met you. And the reason I could come into your life at this point in time is because I spent time doing my craft, whether it be studying late at night, taking tests, reviewing all the tax law, keeping up with everything that's going on, making sure I understand your business. Because in order for me to do what I do as a consultant, as a bookkeeper, I have to understand the way that you operate, which means I have to immerse myself in what you do. So I have to totally take my mind away from what I do to understand your company so that I can give you the best advice. So when you want a discount, and you want a discount on the small business services, think about what you're asking. In my experience, the people who ask for a discount, the people who don't want to pay full price, are always the most demanding. And they're always the ones that expect. They're always the ones that are challenging you on your knowledge. And you find yourself having to prove to them that you know what you know. They're the ones who will go back and would compare your information to their beautician, who is not an accountant, who will tell you about her friend's cousin, brother, sister, who did something different and came out with $1 million. You know, those big fish stories. So all I'm saying to you is I want you to start thinking. If you're a business owner and you want people to pay top dollar for you, you make sure you pay top dollar to other people. If it's a service and it's way too expensive and it's not the market price, I understand. But check the market. People work hard. They work diligently. They work consistently to do what they do. And whatever it is that you put out, if you put it out, know what's coming back to you. So if you're being cheap and you want to put out bad product and you want to put out a little bit, or you're always the one looking for a discount, stop expecting excellence to be on sale. It costs what it costs. It's been your girl, the Queen Bee of Doing Business Better, saying pay for it so that somebody else will pay for what you have.